Hey, it's Sally Green, and I am the Vice President of Author Development at Action Takers Publishing, and we are talking to the authors from Anatomy of Abundance. You're going to really enjoy the conversation that we're going to have today. Join us. We are chatting with the authors of the book Anatomy of Abundance, and we have Sylvia Becker-Hill here to talk about her chapter in the book. Sylvia, it's always great to see you and to have you here and talk to you. So why don't you just, first of all, just tell everybody a little bit about who you are.
Thank you, my dear. I'm so excited. And this beautiful video about your publishing company uplifted my energy. This is amazing. I love your icon. Is it a cheetah or a panther? This fast running.
It's a cheetah, right?
The cheetah. It's so powerful. And I align with that because your brand is focused on action taking. So I'm in the realm of executive coaching, leadership training, corporate change management now in my 28th year. And it's all about taking action. But when people take action before the internal cleanup, especially in their brain, it will not work. And that can lead to either failure or to burnout. So we all have to learn, in my perception, my philosophy, we have to learn how our brain works and how our brain impacts how we think, how we feel, and ultimately how we act, because through the action we shape our world and our life. I'm proud to be in this realm, and I was always committed that my clients don't change only short term for a few days, feeling better, results for a few months. For me, sustainable change, I call that transformation, needs the alignment and the understanding how all the levels on which we exist, which are more than just the three of thinking, feeling, and acting. There are lots of more. There's our past, there's our future, subconscious mind, collectiveness. There are, in my eyes, 13 realms of existence. And when we struggle to change something in our life, we have to often get support, professional support, to figure out which of the realms maybe I have a blind spot I'm not aware of. Where am I misaligned in my life that I'm not producing through my actions the results I want? And this is the work I do. And I'm a certified master level neuroplastician because I love the human brain, and I'm studying it now for over 20 years. And I'm certified in recent years from the Canadian School of Neuroscience. And so I teach even a little bit through writing, through our books, through my chapter, how you can utilize the understanding of your brain's design, its biases, its neurochemicals, through very simple brain hacks to rewire your brain so that get you into alignment on all the levels of your own existence so that you can feel, think, and act the way you want.
I love that. So how do you actually train your brain? I mean, especially, if you want to change your life,
This is a brilliant question. So the brain loves repetition, and the brain needs the body to learn and to function. And the first thing, repetition, most people know from school. Yeah, when we were learning vocabulary, people know repetition as something to memory building. Yes, also new hardwiring connections between neurocells. Imagine my fingers are symbolizing different neurocells. They can, in an insight, if you have an aha is the connection of two new neurocells where there is the light bulb going on when they exchange their electrical charge. But if you don't repeat whatever it is, they are not getting hardwired. Hardwired is literally a layer of cells called the myelin sheath, which literally, let me quickly pull out here my tape thing. It's symbolically, it's like wrapping something around the new connection to ensure they stay connected. So repetition helps create that hardwiring, because if you don't do that and there comes a bigger emotional charge somewhere else, the neural cells, they part again and they bristle and connect with others. So repetition is one thing, but it's not just an intellectual, mental repetition. Our brain resides as part of our body, and most people forget that. So through physiology, through chemistry, literally through how you move, how you sleep, what you drink, what you eat, that influences your neurochemical cocktail in your brain to make a complex situation simple. And we have here not, years to work to talk together. You have to educate yourself. I'm sorry, viewer. I guess I say I have to. It depends what you want. Yeah, you can go through life stumbling and by luck be successful. Some people are. And then there are us like me who struggle with things. And when you struggle with something again and again and again, that is a big indicator that something is out of alignment. And if you want to get into alignment, there is a period of studying, of learning, new things involved. I'm not selling any magic pills. Sorry. I just love teaching, and there's a learning curve, which I find joyful. So I teach my clients, my peeps, my people to fall in love with learning, because they are literally foods which support your hardwiring, your retraining of the brain. There are activities like sweet breathing in and deeply breathing out, sweet, gentle, and deep. That calms, for example, the cortisol level, stress hormone. As more higher the cortisol level is, as less you can create new habits, because you fall back in your old wired system of reactive pattern from your ego and your polyvagal system. So understanding how food, breathing, movement, sleep impacts your neurotransmitters, and the neurotransmitters are responsible for your nervous system working or not working and hardwiring or breaking open. These are complex topics, but thanks to modern imagery and modern applied neuroscience, it becomes easier and easier and easier. And there are simple brain hacks. Sometimes even, for example, I give you one hack here, something happens, something startles you, or someone says something and you feel anger coming up or hurt. Just move your body from where you are, literally in space. Yeah, get up, shake yourself, and go somewhere else and sit down again. Just a simple movement like that of switching your body in space and shaking it off can help to regulate your neurotransmitters, reduce the dopamine, reduces the cortisol, and think of something or someone you love and admire, which raises the oxytocin, your connection hormone, and boof, certain neural circuits which were on stress and fight and reaction programmed can come down, and other ones for clear thinking and calm breathing and staying centered and acting in alignment can be turned on. So it's all in the food, the movement, the breath, the sleep, the food, and understanding how it all works together. It's like a ballet of beautiful dancers, but like in a beautiful ballet, if the conductor suddenly, goes cuckoo and the music doesn't align any longer with the dancers' trained movements, chaos can break out. And then we fail in life or get sick or do something stupid. Very simple.
What made you decide to write a chapter in a book about, because you write about this, right? You write about turning your brain in
I call it from Success Saboteur to Abundance Amplifier. Because, as I said, when we are running in circles or we are hitting always the same resistance or wall in our life, that's an indicator that we are sabotaging our own success. So beloved viewer, sorry, no blaming others. Yeah, when we are running in circles, it's us running in circles. So I was called to share some of my tips in this specific book. First of all, I love Patrina Wisdom, the publisher and main curator of the book, beside you guys. And I love her overall framework, the anatomy of abundance, because I believe the key to abundance in a positive, productive way, because we all know abundance also has a shadow side. In recent years, a lot of people stopped complaining about stress. The new term for what people complain about is overwhelm. And where is overwhelm coming from? Overwhelm is a too muchness for the brain to cope with. And more and more and more and more is not always more in a quality kind of sense, because too much quantity of data, of impulses, of challenges, of projects, of work, even too much of good things can be too overwhelming for the brain. So I wanted to be part of this book. My chapter is how to turn your brain from Success Saboteur, meaning where we subconsciously have trained ourselves over time into coping mechanisms. For example, from trauma in early childhood, from painful mistakes where we were publicly embarrassed or something, from anything in the past where we felt ashamed, guilty, hurt. We developed patterns of coping with that pain. And those patterns in that moment, being good for coping with that pain and emotion in that moment, over time turn into repetitive patterns of self-sabotage. So by understanding that, you can turn your brain from the success saboteur into the abundance amplifier by stopping the old patterns and creating new healthy ones, which start sometimes with your biology, going earlier to bed, making sure you drink enough water. The brain is the organ which needs the most amount of water in the whole body. Most people don't know that. They think it's the heart because they think blood is liquid, so we need all the water in the heart. The heart is a pumping muscle. Yes, it needs water too, but it's the brain which needs most of our water. So breaking old habits can happen in one realm through thinking, feeling, interoception of body signals, or through change of habits of food, sleeping, drinking. And then you can create new habits. And I'm sharing here quickly just a few pointers so that you, beloved viewer, listener, can understand. It is not an easy pill you just swallow and then everything is fine and easy, but it's also not horribly difficult or impossible. Rewiring your own brain is possible. It's doable. It becomes easier and easier as more we understand it. And I can also tell you for yourself in your own self-evolutionary journey, once you have learned the foundation, how it all works, and learn a few tricks and brain hacks from me and other neuroplasticians, then it also becomes easier and easier and easier in your life. And I have now a life where I have several weeks and months of synchronicities and flow and being in such a level of joy and bliss that my life feels magical. But it's not magic. It's hard studying and learning and changing and transformation prior, so that I can now enjoy felt, seemingly looking from the outside like a magical life. I mean, my friends, clients, they always ask me, wow, Sylvia, how can you do so much? Or how can you do this and that and all of this? But how can you be an artist? This is one of my paintings, and be a neuroplastician. And well, yes, some things we all are born with, but it's not about talent. Here, the talent is, or a lack of talent is no excuse. Our brain is so beautifully malleable that we all can train ourselves to be new in ways beyond our wildest dreams. So it just takes openness, the willingness to let go of old things we believe are the only right way of doing things. So there's a de-learning, a letting go involved, and then being able to learn and study and train till we go through these phases, which are known for decades. First, we don't know what we don't know, then we know what we don't know, then we learn and know what we know. And then the last final magical phase is when we stop any longer consciously needing to know what we just worked on, because we embody it. We are it. I am now an abundant woman. And abundance can't overwhelm me any longer. And my abundance is beautiful. And to be able to say that, I feel a bit tears coming up, because it took me quite a while to get to this point. But it is so yummy. And I want this for everyone. I want everyone to be able to heal themselves and step into abundance as a way of being, where it doesn't matter the numbers in your bank account or how full your pantry is or how full your calendar is with exciting things. All these things start to matter less when you embody abundance and know how to hold space for opportunities, synchronicities to show up and be a fearless, to grab life by its, no, I don't know the English metaphor for that. Yeah. In Germany, I think we call it by the ears, to grab life by the ears, yeah, and ride it joyfully. It's amazing form of living. And obviously a chapter, 4,000 words, I think it's long, can't give it all. So my chapter leads in the end in my biography, beloved viewer, listener. There is a link, which is only there. I'm not publishing the link publicly, where there's a link to a free small training where you are taught by me how to do what I talk about in the chapter practically. I use emotional freedom technique, tapping in that training. There's a fun bonus I don't want to give away. You have to get our book, you have to read my chapter, and then you find the link for the gift. And please, afterwards, you have shown here the link, talkwithsylvia.com. Please, after you read my chapter, please book a call with me and talk about it. You can ask me anything. I'm not an unreachable guru yet. I'm still available. I do real calls, human to human, and it doesn't need to be always Zoom. I am such a fan of retro style telephone conversations.
I know. I love that too.
Oh my gosh, because I know how differently the brain gets activated. You listen better when you just telephone. Remember the times as teenagers? Now I'm outing myself age-wise, when we were laying on the bed and the telephone was still on this, with this swirly cord close to the wall, and we were hanging over the bed so that we didn't pull out the cord from the wall, and we were chatting for 3-4 hours with our girlfriends. Oh my gosh, I miss those times often, because our brain, when you shut out the visual sense, when you close your eyes, this is, for example, what I do when I coach my clients, even on Zoom. I close my eyes because then I feel better. I hear better. So long story short, talk with me, talkwithsylvia.com to schedule a call after you read my chapter. I test
And
you.
we want to remind everyone to head on over to gopatrinawisdom.com/abundance, get your copy of the book, and make sure you read Sylvia's chapter. Sylvia, what do you want the readers to take away from reading your chapter in this book?
I want them to take away more than hope. I want them to take a visceral knowing and a felt intuition that change for them is possible, and that the key, the path, the door to change is understanding and working with your brain, not against it. And third, the inspiration, which I don't want to give away here in the interview. The chapter ends with a 7-step process, which is an acronym of 2 words. So I want them to take away those 2 words, because those 2 words changed everything in my life. Like literally, I struggled for decades with epigenetic post-traumatic stress disorder and with anxieties. And these two words and living by them, and then using the 7 steps later when I analyzed my own healing, backwards, reverse engineered, it changed everything. So I want them to get that, which I can't say yet here, or I give away too much.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and for being part of this book. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I'm so proud and delighted because we authors as a community and Patrina Wisdom, it's not just about a book. We are starting a movement with this book, and there will be lots of more wonderful offerings, including a book club and parties and groups and workshops and retreats and later a summit. Oh my gosh, there will be so many wonderful, abundant things coming your way, beloved viewer and listeners. So please join us. And Sally, maybe you put in again the link from Patrina for our updates. Please register there so that you don't miss any of our online launch parties, book club offerings, or anything else. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And we'll see you all soon.
Hi, I'm Debbie Allen, and I just had an amazing opportunity working with Linda. She really knows publishing, and this is a big thing coming from me because I've written now 10 books. She helped me with my 10th book. I've been working with major publishers and had all kinds of amazing opportunities, but I wanted to get this book done fast, and I wanted to work with somebody that could publish it for me, do a hybrid publishing. And I just thought, okay, I'll take a chance on Linda, let's get it done. And she walked me through this process so easily. It was such a joy. And here is the big deal. I have been a professional expert in marketing and books for over 20 years, and I learned a lot from Linda. She gave me some great marketing ideas I never even thought of. My book was timely. In fact, it was a month early, and we even made Amazon bestseller before our launch. I can't tell you that she's just an amazing person to work with. She follows up. She gives you more than you're expected, that you expect you're going to get, and you will get a really high quality product, and you'll have a really great time working with Linda. She's a true professional.